Hey YouTube, it's Tango. I'm back with another tutorial about Fortnite's newest point of interest. Before we get started, just want to remind you I stream every Monday through Saturday on Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. There's a link in the description down below. And while you're there, why don't you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you know when I post a new video here on YouTube. Anyway, let's get to the tips. Welcome to Coral Castle, the newest POI in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3. It is at the northwest corner of the map. Most of us thought it was going to be Atlantis, but it actually turned out to be a brand new location called Coral Castle. So now we're landing at the northernmost point. There are 26 total chests at this location. The area is actually broken up into 3 large buildings and several smaller buildings. The northernmost building where we're at right now has 3 chests inside of it, one on the very top, one on the second floor down, and then one on the very bottom floor. It's easy to land at the top. There's usually some ground loot up there with it that can help you get a weapon early before someone else opens the chest, and then break down and go straight through to get to the other 2 chests within it. There's also several places of floor loot within this building that you can run around and pick up quickly before moving on. The 2 chests north of this building, one is hidden by a seashell. I almost passed it up, but I heard it and turned around to pick it up. And the other one's on top of a container out by the waterfall to the northernmost part. Now, I was lucky when I was recording this. No one else landed at Coral Castle, so it gave me a chance to really explore. The next place is this small building just to the east of the northern building that we landed at. And then the next quickest location is actually just to the southeast of that. And then you're getting close to the middle building where there's another chest just north of it, easy to pick up on the ground floor. Now we're landing at the middle building. This one also has a chest on top of the building that's easy to land on and get to. There's also the ground loot right next to it, just like the other building, that can help you get a weapon if someone beats you to that chest. It's actually a better idea to go for the ground loot first and then go for the chest. Then from there you can actually drop down. You can run through quickly and pick all 3 of those up and then rotate around the side of the building. On the westernmost side, there's floor loot. On the east side of the building, there's another chest. All the chests are fairly easy to see here in Coral Castle. All you have to do is run through, and most of them are just sitting out in the open. You don't actually have to break any floors to get any of them. They should be easy to spot. Once you've moved down to the ground floor of the middle building, there are actually several chests on the ground floor. There are 8 total chests in this building together. One of the chests is in the westernmost part, and the other 3 are in these little rooms off to the side of the north and south entrances. There are 4 rooms on each side of the entrances, but only 3 of them actually have chests in them, and one of them also has an upgrade bench that you can upgrade your equipment at. The one thing about Coral Castle is everything here is mostly brick. There's a little bit of metal in it, but if you really want to farm metal and wood, then you have to rotate out of Coral Castle. Moving on from the middle building, the next closest place to get is this tall tower just to the east of the middle building. You have to build up the side or break down the floor below the chest in the middle of this little tower to be able to get the items. And then from there, we've moved on to the southernmost building. There are only 3 chests in this building as well. The first 2 are on the main floor, which is actually the second floor that there's a ramp up to. But from there, it's really easy to get down inside. There's a hole in the floor on the main floor, or you can go through this little doorway on the outside, and the last chest is hidden back here in this little corner. Next spot for a chest is the southernmost building, where you just have to build up 1 staircase to get to it. And then from there you can actually rotate slightly to the northeast where there's the tail end of the old crashed ship, and there's a chest sitting on top of it, and right next to the ship tail is a campfire and 2 lunch boxes that give you items like apples, bananas, mushrooms, coconuts, and peppers. One extra idea for landing at Coral Cove is to not actually land at Coral Cove, but to land at the shark just north of Coral Cove. You can land here. There are several chests that are very easy to get to, along with slurp barrels and various pieces of floor loot. You can hit as many chests as you want before rotating down into Coral Cove. And depending on how far away from the bus your landing is, you may be able to rotate down into Coral Cove after everyone's either left or no one's landed there and you're free to pick up as much loot as you want. One of the easiest ways to do that is to drop down onto the very base of the shark and take this boat, and then you can just drive it around straight off the waterfall into the Coral Cove. Once again, I landed here and no one else was here, so I was free to start looting from there. Now let's talk about rotation out of Coral Cove. One of the biggest problems with Coral Cove is that it's down in a divot. Makes it hard for you to rotate out without building. There are a couple places that you can actually climb up out of Coral Cove without building, but remember you will be on the low ground, making it easier for people to shoot from above and take you out as you're moving up the hill. One of the first locations that we're going to look at is the northernmost location, which actually puts you up close to the shark. There's not really much cause to use this rotation because most of the time the circle will be going the opposite direction. Moving across Coral Cove to a more southeastern location, this will take you up and put you close to some trees that you can farm for wood, and there's also parts of the down plane here that can give you some metal. This is one of the better rotations out of Coral Cove. This is on the far east side and it takes you straight up this hill. You see the down plane's wing hanging over the top of the path, and there's a chest up on it that's easy for you to build up to and grab, or to just take the plane wing out if you need the metal. After that, there's actually two more chests right here, one inside the same part of the plane and then one in the cockpit of the down plane. It'll give you just a little bit more loot on your way out of Coral Cove, and from there you can start rotating to wherever the circle is. The final rotation is actually one where you have to build. It's to the very southeast, just south of the second rotation out I showed you. You can build up the side of this wall into the water, and then once you're in the water, you can swim over to this whirlpool to help complete the rotation and get you a little bit further away. This rotation out is a whole lot better if the circle is far away from Coral Cove, or if you're just being chased and need to get out quickly. One last thing I want to bring up about Coral Cove is if you're in a fight and you need some mats, look at the ground. There are several parts of Coral Cove that can be farmed straight on the ground when you're out in the open that can give you some brick. It's not a whole lot of brick, it's like the floor of a house, but it will help you out in a sticky situation. There you have it, everything that you need to know about Coral Castle in Chapter 2, Season 3 of Fortnite. Once again, I stream every Monday through Saturday on Twitch, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. There's a link in the description down below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you know when I post a new video. And while you're down there, why don't you leave me a comment? Let me know what you think about Coral Castle, and also what you think about Fortnite's newest edition, Cars. Till next time, I'll see you guys soon.